Hey guys, Saintsfan here, and in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about the businesses and sort of explain a little bit more, since Rockstar didn't actually do that at any point in this DLC. So hopefully by the end of this video, you learn a little bit more about the businesses and if you actually want to invest and buy one. Because I will say, there is a huge upfront cost, and it's not like CEO missions where you make a lot of money basically right after you buy your office and your warehouse. It's going to take a long time to get back all that money that you spent on it. So just know that going into the businesses. Before we actually hop into that, it'd be amazing if you guys could take a second out of your day to leave a like on the video down below and subscribe if you're not already, because usually I post 2 to 3 GTA 5 videos a day, and I wouldn't want you guys to miss out on any of that awesomeness. Now, one thing that I want to actually correct myself on from yesterday, so sorry about this. I said in, I think it was either the top 10 or one of the videos, if you owned all 5 of the business properties, you will get taxed around $11,000 a day. I was wrong. It's actually more than that. If you have all 5 of the most expensive businesses, you're going to get charged close to $30,000 a day in taxes. So unless you're constantly making money or doing jobs to not lose that money, to sort of replace it when it does get taken out, expect your bank account to go down a lot quicker than previously. Also, to my knowledge, and I don't think there's still enough information on this yet, but according to my friends who have owned different businesses and people on the internet who have owned different business locations, the actual location doesn't matter that much. There are 5 of the businesses, and there are 4 locations for each 5. There's one in Paleto Bay, one in Sandy Shores, one usually on like the left-hand side of the city, and then another one on the right-hand side of the city. So you have 2 up north and 2 down south. The ones in the city do cost more, but that's mainly like the main reason the ones in the city cost more. It's just because you're in the city, you're near everything. So Rockstar can kind of get away with charging more for those. The only benefit, and this isn't confirmed, but the only benefit that I've seen a few people say is that the most expensive ones, they produce your products a little bit quicker, but considering this entire process is not fast by any means, it's not that big of a deal. So the actual location doesn't seem to matter that much. You still get the same amount and you still get the same price. The 2 that are the best are meth and cocaine. These give you the most amount of money when you sell the product, and that's to be expected because they're freaking hardcore drugs. Now, as I was saying, there is a huge upfront cost to buying and getting into these businesses. Don't really look at the base price because that is kind of deceptive. There's 3 upgrades which you're basically going to need to buy if you want to make a decent amount of money in a quick time. And those 3 upgrades are relatively the same price for all of these businesses. It may vary between the 5 different kinds. For example, on PC, I bought a weed farm, and one of the upgrades was a little bit cheaper than the cocaine business that I bought on the PS4. But those 3 upgrades, you have the least expensive one, which just gives you better people. It's like 200 to 300 something thousand. There's a security upgrade, which, as it states, makes your areas more secure. It's usually between 300 to 500,000, I believe. And then the big one is the equipment upgrade, and this one is roughly $1 million. And it gives you better equipment. It makes the process go a lot quicker. And it says, it kind of sounds like the description, if you read it, kind of makes it sound like you might get a little bit more money. So in the end, that's like $1.5 to $2 million roughly that you're going to be spending upgrading on top of that base price for your business. So the upfront cost in total is like $3 to $4 million for one of the businesses. Now, a little public service announcement for people who actually want to go in and buy a business. Before we hop into anything else, if you do, I would say it's necessary to buy the security upgrade. If you don't, the cops and other gangs, I guess, will attack you. Other NPCs will attack your base or your business. And if you die, you lose everything. And considering this process isn't that quick, that can be really upsetting. So for the 300 to 400 or 500,000 for the security upgrade, I would say it's necessary because if you buy that, you rarely ever get raided. Now, going into some more prices and talking a little bit and explaining a little bit more about how these businesses work. Once you get up and running, you'll see at the bottom of your screen there are two bars. One is product and one is supplies. As one bar goes down, as the supply bar goes down, then the product bar will go up. From what it seems, a full bar, like all the bars of supplies, will not actually get you every single bar filled of product. It's usually halfway. So you'll need two full bars of supplies to actually get a full bar of product. And the way you can actually resupply is by either paying for it. I think it's $75,000 to pay for a full resupply, which is a lot of money. Or you can go out and steal them. Now, if you steal the supplies, you only get one mini bar. So you are going to need to do a few of them to get a full supply bar. But I think that's a lot better than the $75,000. Plus, the stealing missions are actually kind of fun if you're doing it with friends. They're really unique, and I've seen some people even tweet me pictures. That's where you see the Group 6 security or the money truck at. So you might even, see that and think about some old times back from the 360.
What's going on?
Also, if you do go the route of stealing your supplies instead of buying them, you'll make a lot more money just because $75,000, like I was saying, you usually need two full supplies to actually get a full product line. So $75,000 twice, that's $150,000 that you're going to be losing just from resupplying. So it's a lot of money. Now, once you have everything resupplied and once you have all your upgrades and you have all the people working on whatever business you have, the way it actually works, it's sort of like a passive income. It's not like CEO stuff because you don't go out and get the crates to fill up an entire warehouse. You just get the supplies once or a few times, I guess, and then that's it. You let your people do the rest. And then once you get a full supply or once you get a full product, then you can go out and sell them, kind of like how the CEO stuff works. But it's a lot more hands off. And if that idea sounds nice to you, then this might be for you. But if it's not, then this idea or this business prospect might not be for you. Comparing it to CEO work, when you do sell it, some of the prices I have some pictures here. These are from fully stocked max upgraded businesses in Paleto Bay. So if anyone has businesses anywhere else, you can compare these prices to your price or your business fully stocked and see how it compares if it is any different. But the fully upgraded and fully stocked businesses in Paleto Bay, you'll see the document forgery. You can sell it for two prices. The max is $126. The counterfeit cash, it sells for $294. The cocaine sells for $420. The meth sells for $357, and the weed sells for $252. Now, if you're wondering why there are two locations or two numbers there, you have two options when you actually have a full product line and can sell stuff. You'll notice that the most expensive offer in all of those pictures are in Los Santos, where the least expensive is in Blaine County. And considering these warehouse or these businesses are in Paleto Bay, the closer one in Blaine County sells for less. Based off of where your business is, further away, it's going to sell for more. But as you saw, both the meth and the coke, they sold for the most, the coke being the highest at $420,000. And that's actually a little bit less than you get from selling a full CEO warehouse. So a full CEO warehouse, I think, is like $600-something thousand, and you can usually fill those up if you're constantly grinding in about 3 to 4 hours, I believe, or 5 hours sometimes. Where to get a full product line of any of these businesses, it sometimes takes between 3 to 4 hours. So it's kind of the same time limit, but these businesses don't pay as much as the CEO stuff. So that's the reason why a lot of people out there are saying these businesses are really pointless, and for strictly money per your time, the CEO and even Heist are a lot better still. And that is still the case. If you really care for having the most amount of money in the shortest time possible, doing a heist or doing the CEO missions are a lot more efficient. It's going to take a lot of product sold to actually get back on that $4 million-ish investment that you originally paid to buy the business. Now, at this point, you may be thinking, well, if it pays less than CEO stuff, it takes sometimes even longer than the CEO stuff, what's the point of owning a business if, especially, the cost is a lot more? The benefit of having these businesses is to allow you to make money while you're also making money from doing other jobs and other missions. as long as you're in a GTA Online session, it could even be invite only, crew, friend, as long as you're in a GTA session, your businesses will make that product. Now, you can't sell them in those lobbies. You have to be in a public lobby to sell them and to resupply. But as long as you're in a lobby, it will make that product. And what this allows you to do is to do CEO missions, to do VIP missions, to do other work, the new biker missions. And you can do those to make money while your businesses are, in essence, making money. So if you look at it that way, these business properties could be worth it in the long run. Yes, up front, it's going to take a while before you make that money back, and it is a big investment. So if you don't have the amount of money and you don't feel like waiting that long, then these businesses aren't for you. But in the end, in addition to CEO stuff, heists, VIP, the new biker missions, these businesses are a great way to make money that's just a little bit different, and it's a little bit more relaxed. It's kind of like the lazy man's CEO work, because you don't really do much of the work. You let your people that you hire do all of it, and in the end, as to be expected, since you're not doing most of the work, you make a little bit less money. Hopefully, I know this has been a long video, but hopefully I explained it a little bit more. If you have any questions, just ask away in the comment section. But thank you all for watching. Drop a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe for more awesome GTA content. See you all in the next one. As always, it's your boy Saintsfan. I'm out. Peace.